You know, sometimes I feel like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, where he wakes up and every day is the same day over and over again. But I feel like Bill Murray had it a little bit easier because he understood what was going on. He understood that every day was indeed the same day. He could see it on a calendar and stuff like that. My world is a little bit different because every day that I wake up, the world tries to convince me this is a new day. There are new things happening. There are new things going on. It has a different date on the calendar. But I scroll through my subscription feed on YouTube. I scroll through my Twitter feed. I scroll through video game news feeds. And it seems like every freaking day there is talks about a Nintendo Direct. You know, a Nintendo Direct, the thing we just had last week, the partner showcase that I thought was kind of mid, but, you know, whatever. But every single day, it seems like there's more stuff about a damn Nintendo Direct. And lo and behold, now that one of the biggest Nintendo Directs ever is happening next week, and it's going to be the biggest thing ever, and there's going to be a huge game there and stuff, and I'm just sitting here like, do we play video games? Do these people play video games? Do you beat video games? Do you enjoy video games? Or do you just enjoy talking about them? I just finished Final Fantasy VII Remake and the intergrade content substantially on the Nintendo Switch 2 version of the game, and I had a fun time with it. You know, the intergrade stuff was a lot shorter than I expected it to be, but I liked Yuffie's gameplay and stuff like that. I thought it was cool, a nice little side story, just wish it was a bit longer. But now, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about the games that come out. Because next week, there's going to be a general Nintendo Direct with a 3D Mario game. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about where it's coming from. And maybe I can give you guys some actual perspective instead of just hyping you up to believe this. Now, could this indeed happen? Yes. Anything can happen in life. You know, I could get struck by lightning right now, just sitting here, and then, you know, that's it. But do I think this is going to happen? Not really, for a multitude of reasons. So this is coming to us from Nash Weedle, and evidently kind of attack the backlog as well. They have been a formidable duo that has been, quote-unquote, leaking lots of stuff. Of course, we've talked about Nash Weedle multiple times before on this channel. Sometimes they get things right. Oftentimes, they get things wrong. But they have made a claim that the third week of February, which would technically be next week, there is a mainline Nintendo Direct happening, and that the first look at a next 3D Mario title for the Switch 2 will indeed be there. Now, whether or not this is a Super Mario Odyssey 2, a Super Mario Galaxy 3, which would kind of make sense with the film, I guess you could say, or whether it's its own sort of new idea and new concept and new thing, that remains to be seen. But we're evidently going to have another Nintendo Direct, a general Nintendo Direct, which means not only first-party stuff, but third-party stuff, and this 3D Mario game. Now, from what I've seen, Attack the Backlog is kind of saying that they didn't say this. It was a Nash Weedle thing. So first and foremost, let me just say this. I have no problem with Nash Weedle as a person, as a human being. I don't know them. I don't have a problem with them. But if this does not happen next week, and there's not a new 3D Mario headlining a general Nintendo Direct, it's time to stop. It's time to stop paying attention to this individual. It's time to stop covering their stuff because there's no reason to. This is a legacy-making leak or something like that. And I've talked to Nate the Hate. Nate hasn't heard anything, or at least he hasn't tipped his hat to me. And I honestly don't think that there is going to be a general Nintendo Direct next week, and I'll talk about why in a second. But this, to me, is a legacy-making announcement. If you get this right, people have to listen to you. But if you get this wrong, you should be like ostracized. Like this shouldn't be a topic anymore because of the amount of confidence that is being said with this. And I understand that people get things wrong, but many people don't position themselves as a leaker. They position themselves as someone just talking about the leaks. I've been wrong a million times before on this channel, and I'll be wrong about other things as well. But the problem is that I'm not saying that I have inside information. I'm relaying what others are saying to people. But when you are the source of the information and you're making such a bold claim, you better hope that your sources are right. Now, could there be this general Nintendo Direct with the 3D Mario game next week? Sure. It could happen this week. It could happen today. Like there's no timetable for something like this to be a confirmed thing unless you have an inside information. Nintendo can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And when you look at how things have been going with the Switch 2, obviously people are hungry for some first-party Nintendo games. I've been cool with the third-party stuff because a lot of these first-party games that have been announced or have released recently, they haven't really interested me, or they haven't kept my attention, or I played through them and I didn't really enjoy the experience. But I understand most people that talk about these games don't actually play through them. So why don't I think this is next week? Aside from the fact that we just had a Nintendo Direct partner showcase that took place last week, last Thursday, in 10 days, it is technically the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. So you're going to show off a new 3D Mario game, presumably trying to tie it into the 40th anniversary. I don't know if it's officially over or not. I kind of assumed it's over, but you're going to tie in the 40th celebration of The Legend of Zelda by announcing a new Mario game. That's the move here. Not last year when you announced a bunch of Mario stuff. This game doesn't have to come. Like, it's not like this game is going to be coming out soon. If you had to make this game, a fall or just a general 2026 game at the last Nintendo Direct, you could have easily gotten away with that. But you decided, no, we're going to wait till the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda to talk about the 3D Mario game. Now, I don't think that they're going to be doing Ocarina of Time 7D remake, remaster, reimagined, like a lot of people think. I think you'll get some Zelda game sales and stuff like that. I'm not really expecting much of anything from this because, I feel like we would have heard something, but maybe Nintendo does something for the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. But that thing that they're doing is maybe Mario and Zelda are crossing over. You got Mario in the Hyrulean fields. To me, none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. It seems like copium. It seems like hopium. It seems like dopium. But the problem is people are going to believe this. They're going to take this as fact. Next week is going to come. And you know what? They're not going to get mad at the source of the information. Oh, plans changed or some shit like that. They're going to get mad at the people who talked about it. So I'm going to make this title very clickbaity because people are going to be looking for this. This is going to be news all over the place. And I want people to come here. I want people to have a little bit of a dose of reality about why this makes absolutely no sense. And if I am wrong about this and there is a general Nintendo Direct that takes place next week, that includes a 3D Mario game as a pillar tentpole game for it, I will give Nash Weedle all of the flowers in the world. I will apologize to them on video, and I'll say, hey, I got this wrong. You were right about this. I don't know who your sources are, but you got some damn good sources, and now I will listen to what you have to say quite a bit more closely, and I'll put much more stock into it. I'm fine with doing that. I would rather be wrong about this. I would rather there be a 3D general Nintendo or a general Nintendo Direct next week with a 3D Mario game because February is the shortest month of the calendar year. And we're trying to make money. CPM, RPM is down because nobody's really doing advertising. So videos like that will pop off. Videos like that will get big views. So I'm fine with I want it to happen. I just don't think it will. And I think somebody at some point in time we have to draw a line in the sand. Be like, okay, if this happens, you're God tier. If this doesn't happen, shut the fuck up. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. Do you think that Mario is popping up next week to celebrate Zelda's 40th anniversary? Do you think Nintendo does anything for the 40th anniversary of Zelda? I really just think it's going to be like random ass game sales and stuff like, oh, $41.99 for Skyward Sword HD, because you can't dip below that. You can't dip below that. And as always, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like the video, dislike the video, agree with me, disagree with me in the comments. I do not give a shit as long as you are interacting in the comments, because that, my friend, that is all that matters. No disrespect, Nash Weedle. It's all just video games, but to me, your reputation is on the line. And I think that to a lot of people, your reputation is on the line with this. I hope you are correct, and I will give you your flowers. I just have my doubts. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.